Hey YouTube land, it's Anders here doing another action figure review. Now, I'm in a slightly different spot than normal because the normal place where I do my reviews seems to be inundated with fucking, excuse my language, inundated with wasps at the moment for some god known reason. So I had to fumigate it for a little while. So I'm doing this review in a different location. And today's review is the Spinmasters Batman line Harley Quinn figure. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the packaging for it. I had to throw the packaging away before I could get home because I didn't have anything to carry the figure around in, so I had to discard the packaging so I could chuck it into my pocket when I bought it instead of carrying around a box in my hand while I was doing stuff. So, unfortunately, I don't have the packaging. Now, as far as I know, this is one of the newer wave figures. And she comes with obviously she comes with the 3 mystery accessories, which you can see in front of her. And the other figures in this wave there's 3 different versions of Batman. There was a kind of clear translucent one, which is a rare, ultra rare. There was a hooded Robin, with the Bat-Tech kind of blue paintwork all over him. Harley Quinn was one. The other figure, which I didn't know was actually part of this wave, but I didn't see it on the shelf, is Deathstroke. And as far as I know, the only previous wave getting Deathstroke, I think, was as I think it was a Target exclusive in a 2-pack or a 3-pack with other figures. So if I see that one, I'm going to jump on it because I like the Deathstroke character, and I have a few other Deathstroke figures that I can kind of showcase with it. But this is Harley Quinn, or Harley Quinzel, Harleen Quinzel as her AKA. So the figure is not too bad. It's the standard 4-inch figures. Unfortunately, I don't have a tape measure handy, so I can show what scale it is. But she's in the 4-inch scale. If I just bring her partner in crime, Joker, in, you can see she stands just a little taller than him, which isn't too bad. And if I bring in one of the figures I have behind, which is Batman, just a regular Batman, to show scale. So they scale up quite nicely. Articulation wise is exactly what you would expect from this line. Oh, sorry, I nearly knocked over my camera. So if I just take her accessories out, so she has the single joint elbows with the swivel. She has the rotating arm all the way around and a hinge. Nothing in the waist, nothing in the torso, a swivel neck. Now, I'm not sure if mine is, I think the lips on mine look a little bit awkward. I'm not sure if that's coming across on camera. It could be just mine. I haven't seen other examples of this size figure. The only other figure I've seen is their 12-inch figure, which this is based off. It's basically kind of a scaled down version of. I think they do 6-inch line as well, but it's more basic articulation. I haven't seen any of those over here. She has the hips that she can do splits that much. She can kick forward, kick back that much. She has a hip or a thigh swivel, single jointed knee. She has a rotation on the knee as well, and nothing in the ankles. So she has fairly standard articulation for this line, as in most of the figures have this articulation, with a few exceptions, that being figures like Man-Bat and was it Clayface, Man-Bat, Killer Croc. They omitted the knee joints on some of those. Her accessories comes with, let's just bring it into the light, let's just get the camera to focus on it, is a bat. It's just done in a red plastic, and she can hold it in either hand quite well. Now, 2 of these accessories are designed for her. The third one is a repaint of an existing character's accessory. She comes with this metallic purpley blue mace or mallet, which is designed to look like the mallet that she normally wears, or wields, but the actual the stick part of it looks a little short. It should, to me, it should be a little bit longer so she could hold it in 2 hands, but she can only really hold it in 1. I suppose you could try and get a 2-handed pose out of it, but the handle is quite small on it. I can do it She can't really hold it two-handed. There's no wrist swivel as well, which also hinders the two-hand posing. So at most, you're really going to get something like that. So it's not really the best. It looks like her arm is broken. But overall, it's not too bad. She does have a giant peg on the back of her body for any of the accessories that uses pegs. In fact, I'll bring in the figure who the third accessory is based off. So you can see here is it Firefly, I think it is? Yeah. I'm trying to remember if it's Killer Moth or Firefly. I can never remember which one it is. It's either one of those two. And he came with this gun. This kind of, you wouldn't call it green. Yeah, it's kind of a neon greenish yellow gun. And she also comes with the same version of that gun, except done in red, as in the same color as her baseball bat. So I'm not sure if it's intended for this guy or if it's just meant to be an extra accessory for Harley Quinn to wear. Ooh. And as I said, with the backpack, I'll just take Moth's wings off. So you can see she can actually put stuff like that. Any of the figures that have those sort of backpacks that use that peg system. So even Batman has the same peg system and can wield the wings if he wants. Or even Joker, if you want to give him a bit loose on Joker. But you can do it. I think what it would have been a nicer accessory is she came with a repainted version of the money bag thing, or even one of the Joker accessories. As it would stand to kind of reason that she'd come with something similar or something in adjacent to what Joker normally comes with. So she's not a bad figure. As I said, she does stand up quite nicely on her own. She does have a peg hold, so if you have anything with pegs on it, foot pegs, she should be able to stand into it. There is a little bit of bleeding on the red paint that I've seen, so it looks a little bit off. Let me just get the camera to focus. It looks a little bit off on some of the figure. So like her glove here, you can see some of the bleed through on it. And the other thing I'm not a huge fan of, and it's the head sculpt in general. Like, I don't mind the ponytail bits, and I get they're going for the Suicide Squad style look of Harley Quinn. I just don't like these two bits on the back of the head that are poking down. I know they're on some of the other figures, but she has like a pink piece of hair coming out here and a pink, blue piece of hair coming out here. And the way it looks is, it doesn't look like it's hair, it just looks like it's some sort of little tentacle coming out of the side of her head. It doesn't, like, it is sculpted to look like hair. As I move it away from the camera again, you can see it a bit better there. It just looks kind of awful. It just kind of comes out from underneath her ears, and it doesn't look like it's a natural hair design, if you know what I mean. But other than that, the rest of the head sculpt is actually quite nice. Even the eyes are painted quite nicely for such a small figure. As I said, I'm just not 100% sure if the lips are right on mine. It looks like the red is slightly off where it should be on the actual lip design. Her lips kind of look a bit down. If I do it from the side and get the camera to focus. Yeah, man. It kind of looks like her lips are a little bit off-centered. But that could be just my one. Just something to be wary of if you're looking on the hunt for this. And then just for another size comparison, because it's the only other Harley Quinn figure I have in this scale. Let me just clean her off a bit. She's a bit dusty, because I haven't really used her in quite a while. It is the old, what's it, DC Direct, I think, did these. I could be wrong. Bear with me a moment. It was the Injustice line figures that they did. So that's the only other Harley Quinn figure that I have in that scale, where she has kind of a more skimpy outfit. And I'm pretty sure I got this one off a buddy of mine. I can't remember. I don't remember picking her up. I think I got her in a trade, or I got her, someone who was selling her, and I picked them up off her. It could have been my late buddy Arnold got me her. I can't remember, because I know I got her, and I think Cyborg and a few other figures together from that line, and they're not too bad. But overall, like the joints on them are very, very small, so they're quite fragile. But that's for a different review. But overall, this Harley Quinn figure is actually quite nice. She's fairly chunky a bit, like she's a good proportion wise to other kind of 3 3/4 inch lines. They're kind of cartoonish proportions. They have, like, big bulky arms kind of thing, big chunky thighs. So she's not too bad. And unfortunately I don't have my Catwoman figure close at hand to bring into show as well. But overall, it's a really good figure. So if you are on the hunt, do pick one up. If you're a fan of the character, just keep an eye out for the paint apps. And as I said, check the lip areas. It could be just mine just looks odd, or it could be just in the way it's meant to look. It just looks a little off on mine. But overall, good figure. Fairly solid figure. If you're not too big of a fan of the big hole on the back, you could probably fill that in with something and then repaint over it. So you don't have, if you're doing diorama shots and showing her from the back, you don't have a big giant hole. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoy this video. As always, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Cheers, guys.